What's up, y'all? Welcome to Transcending the Culture. Happy Wednesday. I'm your boy James. I got my girl Cat Queen here with me. We are on the run, on the mission. We got a really, really dope show for y'all tonight. What's up, Cat?
What's up? I'm excited for the biggest, y'all. I cannot wait for this
Listen.
interview. I'm telling you.
Nah, this conversation that we're having today is really, really dope. I like being able to support people, obviously, here from the city of Cleveland, but our guest tonight has been instrumental really in a lot of the stuff that I have done. And it's kind of weird to say that, or a lot of people feel like that's weird to say that because we haven't necessarily worked side by side or worked together in a long time. Like I didn't even want to talk about my age, but we
And
haven't
I mean,
really,
we could talk about your age because somebody had a birthday this week.
I know, like I just turned 48 yesterday. Like I feel like I'm 25. Like I done dropped a lot of this weight. Like everything is going good, everything is going smooth. I was just in Atlanta for like 3-4 days. Like I'm moving and shaking. And you moving and shaking too. Like you hosting, you modeling,
Yes.
like you
Yes.
acting now. You
yes,
got a lot of stuff going
everything,
on.
everything. Yes. I'm so excited to celebrate this milestone with you. This has been a wild ride for sure.
It's you know what? It's really, really dope. And it's just like for me, it's a testament that it don't matter how old you are. Like as long as you keep working hard, you could really get to that place that you want to get to. And like this media thing has been my life for so long. So, like I've been pushing and grinding and hustling and trying to do a lot of stuff on my own. And a lot of people like you got the degrees and you went to school, like you could be working for XYZ, but I'm like, I just want to do my own thing. So like I've been out here pushing and pushing, and it was cool to be in Atlanta the last few days and just be in that atmosphere.
Atlanta.
I'm looking at maybe going back in a few weeks. I was telling you yesterday, because Finkley's gonna be down there, and it'll be cool to go down there because he's doing like a press day, I think on the 23rd. But we'll get into all of that later because our guest is here with us tonight.
Yes.
Again, this guy, like he's really been instrumental in a lot of the stuff that I've done, because what I usually do is when I get around people who I know like had their stuff together, like I really take a lot of stuff in, whether I'm working side by side with them or not. So this is not the first time that he's been on a platform or on a network. He's been on an entertainment plug. We've talked countless times. Like he's done some things to really help me. It's some stuff in the works now that I ain't even gonna mention yet, but you already know what I've been trying to pull together probably for 20 years. So I'm like, I'm trying to make this happen, and I know that he's helping me to make this happen. And it's just a lot of stuff happening, but I'm really, really grateful that he's here on the platform with us tonight, because to me, it speaks volumes to be able to get people like him and what he's done. And he's been in and out and around this industry like a million times, and he's worked with
a million times over, a million generations, a million different lives.
I ain't gonna say a million generations. Like,
listen, to me, if he dealing with people before his time and my time and merging and like we'll get into that, but the influences and the people he met back in the day bring, the people that he has now. I'm just so excited, guys. We got the biggest.
And there's a number of people in the comments already. Shout out to Hashtag, because Hashtag is here like every week, and I know that Hashtag works with him.
Yes.
They had the event this past weekend, the book bag giveaway, and I was trying to go to that before I left for Atlanta, and I didn't get a chance to go. But I know Hashtag had sent us a message about it and everything. But at any rate, I want to go ahead.
What's up, Hashtag? Definitely a great person to be in business with.
Sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring our guest in. If you guys will help me to welcome Quincy Big Heff Taylor to the platform. What's up, man?
Not much, just chilling. It's a hot day in Cleveland, so I'm
It is,
excited.
man. It is. It's weird that it's so hot here, and I was just in Atlanta, and it was like cold and rainy the whole time that I was there. But
Yeah.
it's really, really cool, man, to have you on the platform. I really just gotta, and I know I say this every time we talk, but like I'm beyond grateful just for the opportunity for you coming on the platform, for all of the stuff that I feel like you have done for me, whether we were side by side or not. Like I promise, I took in a whole lot, even though I didn't talk when I was at 93. I really took in a whole lot, from seeing the stuff that you was doing, from the A&R side and from Land Speed, and I ain't
Yeah.
even know about Land Speed at that time, but you was doing it though.
Um, yeah,
And
that
there's
was
so much stuff that
a
you've done. So like I'm grateful, I'm appreciative, and I'm always try to push you and celebrate you and support you and all of that stuff. So thank you for coming on the platform.
no, man. I appreciate you guys for having me. I love being on here. I love talking about the city. I love talking about the music industry. So I'm
For sure.
excited.
And then, Kat, I'll let you go ahead and jump in real quick before we start on the questioning.
Hi, nice to meet you. Well, I've met you once before, but nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Um, we met previously at the Wine and R&B event. It's a if you guys and our transcenders know, it's this event that's at Space 65. Nazy Nay, Saya Sevens are in charge of that. And I got to talk to you, and network with you that day. And then the next time I was hosting. So, you never know how things go. You never know how, important it is to network and meet people and go to those type of events. So thank you so much for coming onto the show, and we'll get more into that a little bit later.
For sure, for sure. Um, I really want you to kind of take us back to like not so much the 93 days, but like Land Speed, like when you got started with Land Speed. Like how did that actually come about? And were they based here in the city, or where was Land Speed?
No, Land Speed was like an imprint label, a boutique label that was based out of Boston. Uh, my first project with this was this alternative hip hop group called Nonfiction,
Okay.
and then I got introduced to this guy by the name of 50 Cent. He put out a project through Land Speed. Uh, One of my DJs, DJ Who Kid, which ended up becoming 50 Cent's DJ, he kind of me to that imprint label because he was doing a lot of like one-offs or white labels with him.
Yeah.
Uh, they asked for somebody in the Midwest, which he recommended me. Um, Ended up, 50 Cent ended up signing to Shady Records. I had one of my best friends. He's from Detroit, so I used to bring like a lot of Detroit hip hop artists down and do underground shows and stuff like that. And then those guys that used to come down and do shows with me end up becoming D12. And of course, Marshall Mathers is part of that whole collective, so they welcomed me into the family. And it was
Wow.
kind of like synergy that 50 had also joined the label around the same time. So
Right.
it was, but Lansby based out of Boston. It was like a small independent,
Right.
but I like a lot of dope projects. So 50 Cent and AZ was kind of like the standouts from that little era.
Okay. And it's interesting that I don't think I really paid a lot of attention to like the labels and necessarily the label names outside of the majors, so like the Def Jams and the Sonys and all of that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. But obviously AZ, like everybody knows AZ,
yeah.
and 50 and D12 and all of that. Like, was that your kind of like your first foray into like the record label side of it?
You know what? I started off interning for Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Okay.
um, so that was kind of like my introduction. But
Okay.
you know, working at Shady Records was kind of like that was me going to Detroit once a month. But it was really like my big break. So it was kind of like the stamp of approval because at the time Eminem was the number one artist, and then you had the number two artist, 50 Cent. So it was kind of like a dynamic duo, and it kind of just gave me my chops. And they put me on my first tour, so that was my first time really kind of seeing the rest of the country,
Yeah.
like repeatedly, So and it gave me kind of like my blueprint of my work ethic of what it
Right.
takes as I'm touring today.
It's interesting. It's interesting you mentioned Bone because I feel like I've been trying to push them and support them like probably really since the very beginning, like when I first got into like the media side. And I remember like trying my damnness to get an internship when they had the label at they had the Mo Thugs out at like around Southgate area or
Yeah,
whatever. And I
yeah,
was I was like trying desperately to get like an internship. And I'm like, I ain't getting nowhere. Like it was just crazy. But I think that's really dope, obviously, to start from there. And then that transitions into the land speed opportunity and then, everything else. And like really I wanted to be an A&R. Like in high school, I used to say I wanted to be A&R. So like I think that's dope.
yeah. And the one like I was just super persistent. Like I would literally call
Yeah.
the number on the I would call the number probably like 20 times a day.
Yeah.
Up. And then one time I talked to Flash, and then I ended up talking to Ant. I ended up talking to Crazy Bone, and
Yeah.
it all kind of worked out. And then, like moving forward, like as they were doing like the Mo Thug projects and they were
Yeah.
doing solo projects, they would just like they would give me more and more responsibility, and from there I end up just developing my A&R chops. I end up
Right.
developing my marketing promotion chops, and and one of the I guess like full circle moments, like me and Crazy Bone, we worked on a couple projects together.
Yeah.
Busy Bone, we're still working on projects together, and but those are my friends now, and
Yeah.
came up through the industry together.
I think it's like what really stands out is, not just the relationship that you've built with them. And like, when I contacted you about what I did, a few weeks ago, it was, in my mind, it was like, I don't want to go to him for that. But then on the same token, it's like they're tight like that. Like every time they're here in the city, it don't matter what they have going on. I see you
Yeah,
by their side, and like whatever it is that they doing, like you by their side. But they're not even speaking just of them. You've built a lot of strong relationships in the industry as a whole, which really ties into like all of the stuff that you have going on now. And really, my next question is like, what has been, I'll say, your black print? And that actually ties into the issue that I hadn't even announced yet, but that's going to be coming out this Friday. And the article is titled "The Black
um,
Print."
well,
Like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I said really, I just wanted to like at the beginning, I wanted to put on for Cleveland. So like Ray Cash was the second coming of Bone. He was the first rapper
Right.
in years. So I got to give a shout out to him because
Absolutely.
he's the one that kind of sparked like the new revolution and the new
For
energy
sure.
in Cleveland. And then you became Al Fats and Chip the Ripper, and then I wanted to kind of develop a support system underneath the artists that was like that were really putting out and that had a buzz. So um, I developed the Ohio Hip Hop Awards. So I went to
Yeah.
Ram, Majestic, Garbs, and we just wanted to create a platform that we could put on and create opportunities for our artists in our music community. And from there became the VP of the Nerve DJ. So shout out to Johnny O for welcoming me to
Absolutely.
the Nerve DJ family. So we went from having like 200 DJs to having over 5,000 around the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that gives me a support system. So anytime I want to play whatever type of records, we got DJs to support it. And then I developed like my industry tour, and my industry tour just became my platform to create awareness for our artists. So when the Machine Gun Kelly, I mean, gotta give a shout out to Kid Cudi, Machine Gun Kelly, then Ray Jr.
Yeah.
And those were like two guys that was in my wheelhouse that I wanted kind of support fully, and you know them having a longevity, having a great career in the music
Yeah.
industry. So that was kind of like my black print. I like that.
Yeah.
And then and we just over time, I started working at Def Jam. Then I started working at Epic Records. Then I started working at 300, and that really gave me. Uh, when I started working on my new EP at Def Jam, just told me that he was gonna make me better, and the ego in me was like, "Nah, how are you gonna make me better?" At the time, I was hot, and it was like okay, let me see what you do with Jeezy or Two
Right.
Chainz or
Right.
Big Sean or Danny Lay or YK Osiris, and I just start swinging for the fences, and we
Yeah.
got superstars that came out of the batch, and you're still working with the Kanye's and the Rihanna's and the
Absolutely.
Justin Bieber's and all that kind of stuff. So it gave me a chance to one build my relationships, uh, and I want to say one like to utilize my relationships at that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's important. And then
Absolutely.
as I transitioned to go to like 300 and Epic Records, that was where you know T Grizzly and Megan Thee Stallion and Young Thug and Gunna, and then
Yeah.
with Epic it was Future and Giveon and like all these big names. They gave me a chance to work and develop talent.
Yeah.
Luckily we created some superstars in that run.
Absolutely. Like I think it speaks volumes, obviously, that you've been able to work with like some of the biggest entertainers. But to me, it stands out even more that when you look at all of the people who have come out of Cleveland and who have been successful over the last 10, 15, 20 years, like
Oh, yeah.
they all have crossed paths with you and have been able to work with you, and you've been able to do so much for all of these people. Like, what do you feel it is about you that gave them, that level of trust, to really put that in you?
Like I just have like real conversations with the artists, bro. Like, no matter if it was Kells, if it was Ray Jr., um, it was just like this is what we have to do to become successful at the end of the
Right.
day. There's no secret button that somebody push. It was like let's just get a whole bunch of work done, and then let's
Right.
see what the results are. So when you see like Ray Cash and all of my guys, bro, from Bone to Ray Cash to Ray Jr., like we all still friends to this day. So
Yeah.
it's like we help push each other to become better, and as we became better, we developed this community and this platform where
Absolutely.
not only are we putting on for our city on the national level, but we're also creating an ecosystem that our producers, videographers, photographers, they're all getting paid now. So that let people know that you can make it or you can do this and you don't have to necessarily be in front of the microphone or what I'm saying but you can become a manager and you can still have a great living and be involved in this entertainment industry and this family that we have.
Absolutely.
And then we developed the touring system. Like one of the biggest things was Machine Gun Kelly, taking our artists on the road. Like, hey, I need you to have Ray Jr. on tour. Boom, there you have it. Him doing his own festivals and him doing MGK Day and MGK Weekend. Like that was
Yeah.
big for us. And then Kid Cudi coming back and doing it. And now you see like Bone coming back home
Yeah.
and giving to the community where now they're you know, I feel like one of my claims to fame is, like Juan, Felicia, like we gave them we gave them East 99 to St. Clair, bro. Like that
Yeah.
was big for us. Like we named the street after one of my favorite groups of all
Right.
time.
Right.
That was just like a full circle moment for me. So just to be there, celebrating with my guys, and then even with the 30th anniversary last year at the House of Blue, like that's just all full circle moments. Like the people that I started my career with, I can
Yeah.
go back and give to and pay homage to, one of the greatest groups of all time.
Absolutely. I'm gonna ask you one more question before I let Kat jump in because I see Kat bouncing up there and getting real antsy. But when you look at the history of Bone and obviously them coming out all the way back in the early 90s and to where they are now, and then you see not just the fact that they are, past 30 years and they're putting out new music, but the level of respect that they're getting now in the industry. Like they're getting this star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
Crazy has the Harmony District going. Wish just launched his nonprofit.
yeah,
Like you have a lot of people who are now looking at them and who are truly celebrating them. And it seems more like they're getting kind of the just due and the respect that they really should have gotten a long time ago. Like, what does that do for you to be able to see that happening now some 30 some odd years later?
It feels great because I feel like, one, they're giving back to our community and inspiring another generation of artists. Like they got kids now, their kids
Absolutely.
rapping and, like Bloodline Harmony, shout out to them. But they're inspiring a whole new generation whose parents probably raised them on the music of Bone Thugs and Harmony. And like, bro, like even when we put together the MGK Till I Die remix, like I was working on like this small remix, and I just called it like a Cleveland 216 remix. But I had Ray Cash and Bone was on my hit list, and you know somebody else had a different idea, and they ended up taking those two verses and putting French Montana and Yo Gotti on it, and now it's a bigger national song.
Yeah.
And, but I'm excited to see my guys get celebrated. I can't
Absolutely.
wait for Star of Fame in Hollywood. Like I think they deserve that. And
Absolutely.
I know Crazy's really excited about doing the Harmony District and all the stuff that he's doing to spread the
Man,
love.
when you look at just the potential of that, and to see kind of what the neighborhood and really a lot of Cleveland has become, and then to see them kind of taking over the whole neighborhood and revitalizing it, and this recreation and new houses and like that's mad dope. And like my grandmother stayed on 103rd over there, so it's like to see that whole area like being like I think it's mad dope, and it's good to be able to see them actually doing it since they came up over there.
Yeah, I think they're super excited. Like I said, I can't. Like Cray is really super excited about that, and and just developing more stuff in Cleveland. They're talking about putting a museum, a Bone Thugs museum over there, and then you're revitalizing the neighborhood. I don't think like you can ask for more as an artist to come back to your home city.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Okay, it's on you, Kat. I ain't saying nothing else.
No, don't do me like that. We both been
Because I got a bag of questions, so I'm like I can keep going and going.
James is one of the biggest Bone Thugs and Harmony fans that I know. He is not only a fan. Listen, he be calling me like, "Did you know Bone doing this? Did you know Bone do it?" Like he will call personally to let me know what the heck Bone is up to. Like he is down for Bone for sure. Always have been, always will be. Listen,
Right.
we was on a road trip. He had me thugging. I'm like, dang, where you find this cuz? I always say James got the remix to the remix to the remix. Okay, like he be having something that real exclusive.
Yeah.
But we do have some comments I did want to get to. Once again, shout out to hashtag saying what's good with the gang, what's good hashtag. Thank you for being here. Hashtag has always been someone who has really taken me under his wing and been a mentor and a motivator, and even just someone to give me a kind word when I'm down. So thank you so much for being here. And then we have a comment that says, "Did you say Meg the Stallion?" I see we got some stallions in the building. So I know you talked about like that you worked with Mike Jones and Chameleonaire and a lot of the Southern artists that really really took over the 2000s. And so those relationships segue you to be in touch with Meg's team and really get into the Southern style of rap that is now. So can you explain how working with those artists really helped you work with Meg and just kind of walk us through how
for sure.
for sure.
As I started moving around on the Shady Records days, like I used to be heavy into distribution, like into mixtape distribution to be exact. And I used to get a lot of, it started off a little flip, and then I end up meeting Paul Wall and Chameleonaire, and then I end up meeting Mike Jones. And at the same time, like I used to book them for shows, and we used to do their mixtape distribution. So we're developing kind of like an ecosystem throughout the Midwest for the guys from the South, from Houston to be exact, in Dallas. And Paul Wall had a manager, his name was T. Ferris. Mike Jones had a manager, his name was T. Ferris. And those were kind of like my guys. And, full circle moment come later, those artists went on to be platinum. Like I said, most of my guys, we're still friends to this very day. Like, you know, once a year, twice a year, we're still checking up or meeting up or doing something.
That's so cool.
And then, I was like, I created my own tour. So one time we were riding around. I hadn't seen T Ferris in a long time, but we were in Philly, and I'm like, he's like, "Hey man, I'm T Ferris," and I said, "Nah, you're not T Ferris. T Ferris is my dog." And he said, "Oh," and he had a raspy voice, and I said, "Wait, hold on, bro. Like, for real?" He's like, "Yeah, I've been riding around looking at you. Like, this is like we hadn't seen each other in probably like eight 8 years." But we're in Philly, going to get a cheesesteak and all that kind of stuff at Max's. And he like, and he was working with another female artist. So he liked what I did when I was working, like we're on the road. And he come back like a year later. He's like, "Yo, I don't have that artist anymore, but I have this new artist. I wish, I want to get on your radar." And I'm like, "Okay, bet." And he sent me some music of Meg, and then I was doing an event at South by Southwest, and I invited her to come and rock out at my show. Um, she came out and rocked at my show, and we just started working from there. And she ended up getting signed at 300. The rest is history. Like, like if you look at any earlier footage or early footage of us, or when she was starting her career, like 9 times out of 10, we went from doing like small club dates to 1 or 2 people on the road to doing 20,000 people arenas. So
Wow.
And I got to say, shout out to Dream Doll, shout out to Cardi, because they kind of led me
Yeah.
on working with them, let me know what to do with a female artist, and now we ushered in a whole new wave of females in the industry. So yeah,
Wow. I really love Dream Doll. That is my girl. I love me some dreamy dreamy. And it's really the women are taking over the rap industry. It's
For
just so
sure.
crazy how it is compared to now. Like it's like what Beyonce say, girls run the world right now. I love Meg. I'm a tall girl, so I'm always rep for the stallions.
yeah,
So I was once I heard her sound, I was like, okay, this it right here. Um, so I heard you say that you got into distribution.
yeah.
And so how important is it to change with the times? Because I know you were one of the first people to really hop on you know, uh digital distribution and those type of deals. What made you jump on that kind of before a lot of people were on that wave? And how important is it to stay with the times, to
Well,
move with the times?
I know, like I always just want to say, like, I try to stay ahead of the curve. So whether it was with the female rap movement or, on the business side, like I felt like deals were changing. So I felt like the major label structure of doing deals where they give somebody anywhere between $300,000 and $500,000, and I felt like the new structure was, doing a lot of small deals, so you don't have a lot of overhead to pay back, and you're not locked into these deals for
Right.
5, 10 years, 20 years. And even, like when I seen like the negotiation process going well, like Machine Gun Kelly, like he really did a 2 album deal, and then they had to renegotiate after that. So once you're in the green, you're just in the green, and you just want to stay in the green as far as being the artist, being the label. And then um, even so, as I started to move and mature, just going from A&R to a music executive, that you know, I just remember sitting in Atlanta. I was at QC Studios though. P, Coach K, Cardi was there, Migos was there at the time, Lil Baby was there, and I had worked with all these great artists. And I said, like, I want to start my own record label. So from there, I started Capital Structure. I signed DJ Ryan Wolf because I always started with a DJ, so I wanted to start my label.
DJ Ryan Wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
Then, um, from the strength of dealing with so many great female artists, I signed an artist from Cleveland named Ty Bree, and I did a joint venture with RCA Records. So even from learning and doing that deal to the deals that I've done since then, like I just wanted to have less overhead. I still wanted the structure of the label, but I wanted less overhead and I wanted to be in the green because if you want to turn over a profit and you want to make sure you're not, owing money and all that good stuff, then it is what it
Okay, you teaching us how to stay in the green. Listen, sometimes you gotta be ahead of the game and you
is.
gotta be the trendsetter. Sometimes you have to set the trend and let them follow.
Yeah,
Um, I saw you recently had an artist that did the on the radar freestyle and
yeah.
was just like, making waves. So how do you make these connections and how do you find these new artists and how do you know who to pour into?
You know what? Like a lot of artists that I've worked with, it really came from luck and just being in the right place, and then also just knowing what to do. Like, so when I first started working with Dream Doll, her manager Amber had called me and just like, um, it was just a weird, like, longtime friend, and I was just like, she was like, hey, Dream wants to is building a new team, and I'd like for you to have a conversation. And I thought it was the writer, the Dream. You feel me? So for like weeks and weeks, we talking. I'm like, all right, bet I'm about to work with the Dream. I fuck with music, so I I said Dream, no Dream Doll. I'm like, who is Dream Doll? And then I had to go do my research, but she called me on the phone and we had probably like a 45-minute talk. And she was like, look, man, I'm from New York. She gave me her spiel. I'm from the Bronx. Da, da. I'm like, oh, you from the Bronx like Cardi? She's like, yeah, but I'm down the way. And I'm like, okay, bet. So we had a great talk, and she says, listen, I am not afraid to do the work. Don't let this pretty face fool you, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I'm really about the work, and I'm really about networking and building my team, and I want you to be. And then I was like, all right, you got me, And so a lot of them come from friends of mine, or if I'm touring and I see something that I like, or something sonically that I can hear and I can see or hear on a bigger platform, then I'm like, okay. And then like as far as the platforms like on the radar and from the block, it's just like you know, I don't like to say it like crazy, but I meet so many people, and I like to give them opportunities uh, for when they're first starting their career, and a lot of times they don't forget that. And like I work with a lot of A, B, C list artists, so when they do the work, then that energy comes, and if it's a good thing or good synergy, then I'll bring them somebody else, and then somebody else, and somebody else, and now you know that they might have a platform that might be a list platform. So it's good.
I
Thank
think
you
I
for
like.
that. Oh, I was just gonna say I really respect Dream Doll's career. She's lived
Yeah.
1,000 careers. Like she's been able to transform and really make some smart moves. How she moved in the industry. So definitely I could see how you would want to work with her.
Yeah.
I do want to give myself a shameless plug. Your girl Kat does do hosting. So if you ever need anybody uh to host an event for you in the Cleveland area, your girl Kat definitely does that. I love doing that. I love networking and I'm a hard worker, so definitely keep me in mind. And then this is just my last question. Cleveland just has so many different talented artists and people. How important is it for artists and for anybody that wants to be in this industry to not only network within their city, but to also get out of their comfort zone? How important is that?
I think it's super important. Like I'm still a firm believer that you need to win over your city. So to do that, you have to go outside of your normal comfort zone and your normal circle to do it. Um, and I'm big on building community. So it's like if I got Cleveland, then I got South Side, East Side, West Side, and then I'm gonna go Akron, Lorraine, and then build out from there until
Mm.
Columbus, Sandusky, Toledo, and Youngstown, and Dayton and Cincinnati. So I cover the whole state. And but I always tell my artists to come up with a strategy of what they want to do and where they want to be, and I do it in quarters, whether it be 3 months, 6 months, or a year, and what goals. Like, let's set some goals. Let's see where you want to be. Like, if I want to be at the Grammys, or if I want to be at the BT Awards or whatever, let me put all this work in. If I want to become a double XL freshman, then I know, we know what to do. And like, so like, I think it was Ray Jr., then Lil Cray. He had the Indicted song, and he had the little Kyrie Irving song,
Mhm.
2015. Then it was like Doughboy, and then YFL Kelvin, and then Q Money, and then it was Ty Bree, and then, like, Malcolm up next. And like 2020, before COVID hit, like, we had the most signed artists that we ever had in Cleveland history, and just to be a part of that, um, was was a great feeling for me, because not only are we providing, because at the end of the day, if you're an artist and you're moving and you're getting booked for a show, you need a DJ, you need a security guard, you need a manager, and all this stuff. So we were creating a whole ecosystem, and now I feel like it's getting back to that wave right now. And then
Right.
I feel like now it's time to bring up some influencers, and now we're doing the R&B music, and the R&B scene. Some pop artists have started to pop up too, so I feel good about it again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do for the community, and thank you for being here. I really love learning more about you, and it really invigorates me because I'm like, shoot, let me make my 3 months. What you say, 3 months, 6 months? Like, I'm sitting here. I got my goal list and my vision board right next to me. I look at this every day,
Yeah,
and it's important to actually strive and make those plans, because if you don't know where you're going, you ain't going nowhere. Okay.
yeah.
So thank you. And I'm pass it over to James. Thank you.
I think the industry has changed so drastically. If you really look at from when you started with Land Speed
Yeah.
up until now, it's like 25 years later, and you really don't have a lot of the artist development anymore. Like,
Mhm.
how do you feel like the changes of the industry and the record label as a whole has changed you and your approach to how you work with artists?
Well, with me just being inside the label, like when I started working at Def Jam and seeing their system, and started working at Epic and seeing their system, and I just wanted to carve out my own niche, and
Right.
my niche was developing artists. So from there, like, every year, like, my one of my mentors, Shadow, would always say, like, your goal every year is to break two new artists. And I and I kind of took that to heart. So when I go inside of a label and I see some of the talent that they sign, or the new roster they sign, um, you kind of pick and choose which one you want to work with, because you
Right.
allow which synergy you want, or energy around you. And and this gave me a chance to work with the T Grizzlies and TK Kravitzes and Shy Glizzies and all of that kind of stuff, and RP to 'em, PNB Rock. So you get a chance to see all these new artists at the beginning of their career, and then even in Cleveland, like seeing Doughboy and YFL Kelvin and Rudabang and all these guys, or if it's somebody like a veteran DJ like a Ryan Wolf, like sitting down to have a conversation, like, hey, I want to put together some records, and I want to do some stuff like Khaled.
Right.
Well, I know, I worked with Khaled before, so let's sit down and map out a plan, and let's put these records together. And
Right.
now you got records with Pimp C and Project Pad and all the best artists from Cleveland, and Soldier Boy and Erica Banks. And so it's just really just sitting down, having a great conversation with them, and like just letting them know that you got their back. Like, you
Right.
really trying to help them, and you're trying to help their career grow further and further and further. So that was like my conversation with Sleepy World Go when I met him. Like, I met him, we were just about to, he was just about to sign the Island Records, and then, the conversation was really like, hey, we're gonna have to get out here and work to make this stuff happen. And you can't see it, but I don't know which way to turn this thing. But there's two platinum plaque. There's a platinum and a gold plaque from Sleazy World Go to show like the work really does happen in real time.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is I feel like I've kind of sideline witnessed like a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
that you have been doing. And I really want to ask you where you feel like the industry, like where do you feel like it's headed moving forward? And I kind of pair that with just the idea that we spoke a little bit on just the women of the industry. And when you look at where things are now, like you have, again, your Dream Dolls and you have Glorilla, which I pride myself on the fact that I've built a lot of relationships with managers and with artists and that sort of thing. And I got hip to Glorilla actually, I want to say through Gangsta Boo. And it just is cool to be able to see where a lot of women and people just in general in the industry now are going. Like it seemed like they're working harder. And you got your Cardi B's, you got your Meg Thee Stallions, like you got so many people out there who are really doing big things now, and you can tell that they're putting a lot of work into the industry. But I think we had that lull in that period where people was just kind of putting out anything. So like kind of moving forward, where do you feel like the industry is going, especially with a lot of people being able to kind of do stuff on their own now?
Well, I mean, artists still need help at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Can't, even
I
though
agree.
you post some music and you can drop whatever you want to, but at the end of the day, there's still 120,000 songs getting uploaded every day. So
Absolutely.
how do you cut through all of that, to get people to actually listen and pay attention to your music? Like, I'm a real big believer. I tell all the artists, I'm like, hey, we don't just sell music, we're selling a story.
Yeah.
And people can identify with you and can relate to you.
Yeah.
Then that's the stuff that they buy into. That's the stuff that makes them buy a T-shirt or a ticket to a show. And like in a small scale of things, monetizing wise, uh, if I got 5,000 fans that pay me $200 a year, I still run $1 million a year business. And that's kind of like this approach that I had to go back and rebuild for myself. That I just need 5,000. Then I'll go to 10,000. Then we'll go to 20,000, and then just make it happen from there. So no matter if I'm putting that into Modus distribution or if I'm putting that into Toys Electronics or DJs Connect app, just give me 10,000 loyal customers, and I can turn that into $1 million a year business. And but moving forward, like music sonically wise, R&B. I see a lot of R&B. I don't think the female wave is going anywhere no time soon.
Absolutely.
Like I'm really proud to be a part of like at the beginning of that. And then one of the like other highlights that I had is like as soon as I did my joint venture with RCA, like in 2020 before like COVID hit, um, we put together like the Girls Trap 2 tour that had Lotto, Flo Milli, and Ty Bree.
Yeah.
My first
Ty
female.
Bree is so dope. Like, and I know I've told you that before, but like Ty Bree is so mad dope.
Yeah, and so it was really great to see all three girls at the beginning of their career, and all it. Like anytime I see Lotto, it's nothing but love. So like a lot of the stuff, man, I'm just really excited. I feel like Forrest Gump sometimes. Like you just have highlights, and you've been a part of this stuff, and if I swear to God, if I didn't have an iPhone, like I don't think people would really believe all the stuff that I do.
Man, listen, I've been able to see it all. Like on some real shit. Like, do you ever just sit down some days and just like, I mean, I don't want to say gloat, but like you literally worked for like you've literally worked for every label that's out there.
Yeah,
Like you've done some really really dope work.
yeah. I really, like this is like probably the first year that I really, of course, COVID. I was more mad because I was like, man, I'm on such a high streak. I don't want to stop working, but
Right, right.
they said sit down and stay in the house, so we did.
Yeah.
And, but like this is the first year that I really sat down and like just been appreciative of all the artists. And, like I kind of say it like at all the award shows, but I thank every artist that allowed me to guide their career.
Yeah.
Because they can go left. So a lot of times they do.
Yeah.
But if you just create that certain relationship and that core energy with them, then it's always like, all right, let's get back to work. Or
Right, right.
like, hey man, what you up to? And I'm like, what you want? What we doing? That's all we need to do. What we doing, bro? Like, and so I'm like, right now I'm excited that Cardi's about to drop again.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
excited.
Ooh,
it's
I
weird that I'm
can't
so
wait.
excited about hers dropping because it's like it takes me a minute to become like big fans of people.
Yeah.
So like, in the beginning, it was like I liked the song here and there, and I didn't like the whole album, and it took a minute for it to really grow on me. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for her to drop. Like I think she really got something in her because she's been sitting for a minute now.
Yeah.
See, I've been with Cardi from we gonna be forever. I've been with her since the mixtapes. That's my girl. And it's so interesting that artists are able to show their personalities a lot more, especially with social media and things like that. Like Cardi was going social, before a lot of her music really popped off. And then Lotto, we kind of saw Lotto go
Yeah,
from a child to a grown woman rapping.
yeah.
So how important is that social media presence and really pushing yourself as the product and as what people really want to follow, what they want to buy, what they want to hear?
Um, it's definitely important. I think Machine Gun Kelly does a great job at it right
Oh,
now. Uh,
yes.
and
Yes.
of course, Cardi, like she's not shy and she's not bashful to speak her mind on certain subjects that she doesn't agree with. And I think like that open and that honesty, like if I F up, then okay, my bad. Or if I did something wrong, hey, don't judge me, but just I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna pray and all. But I feel like you have to put that kind of content out there because life ain't like you sitting next to the Rolls Royce and with the shades on all the time. Sometimes it's ugly. So, and people can relate to that a lot more than you sitting in a Rolls Royce. So, you gotta do both sides because that like we all came up from the same place. Like everybody had a silver spoon. Like so, we have to. I feel like social media wise, we have to let people know that it is okay to be normal at the end of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely. My last question, man. You've had the Big Heff radio show, obviously for quite some time.
Yeah.
Now you have Big Heff's house. Like, how did that come about?
Um, Actually, it was something I've been talking about. Like this year, I just kind of wanted. Every year, I always like put something new on the board. Like,
Yeah,
but um, I just wanted to kind of reinvent myself and have a different voice this year.
yeah,
So, you know, usually on my radio show, I got a lot of people. Feel me? And I just like to have a big family affair. So, uh, one of the guys that actually used to run, like, be on my show, he runs Revolt now. Like, he
okay,
runs a podcast so um, we get to chopping it up, and he's just like, man, I would really like to do something for you, da da da. And I was like, well, I've been thinking about this podcast idea just so I can be in that type of space, and it gives me a chance to tell stories and talk to my peers and my friends a lot
yeah,
more. And so playing phone tag for a little bit, but when it finally came down to it, got it done. Uh, so I started my Big Heff A&R list. I did an A&R list radio show. I got Big Heff radio show, and then I got Big Heff's House is the podcast where
yeah,
we just kick it and talk about crazy stuff, and then I get a chance to sit down one on one with my
yeah.
peers and friends and people call them celebrities and just see what they got going on in life, and I'll hopefully go viral within the next couple of weeks, and you
I
know
think you will, man. Like, I think you definitely will. Like, I've been I've been blessed to really get into the podcasting space with this podcast network, and
yeah,
then the radio station that I'm creating. And I never saw none of this coming, man. Like, I started obviously doing the interviews. I've been doing interviews since 2001. So
right,
like I started doing the interviews, and then I launched the magazine back in 2014. But I never saw like the radio piece of it. Even with me having been at 93, like I never saw me doing like the radio piece of it and the podcasting piece of it. But there's something to having a show, just like how you explained it, like where you actually get to connect, not just with, with people that everybody calls celebrities and whatnot, but these are your actual friends, and you can really talk about stuff that's been happening and what's been going on, whether it's the industry or whether it's just life. And I think that's why shows like Drink Champs and stuff like that have been successful, because it's people who have genuine relationships already.
Yeah,
I
feel like that it gives you, it gives people a better understanding for artists and why they move or why they may have disappeared. Because I mean, at the end of the day, life happens, bro. We all got parents, people got kids, and people got relationship problems, all that good stuff. And through the ups and downs, for artists to have, a big impact and longevity, that's amazing to me. So I go through the, hey, we was on the road and we was in, I go through the crazy part too. So, I go through people fighting people and all kind of crazy stuff. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to see the show. I need Big Heff behind the scenes. That's the show I need. Okay.
Would you see yourself getting into the reality space, like putting together a reality show?
They asked before, but I can't do it. Not yet. Like that's usually like somebody's exit strategy or something like that. But
actually, I'm asking in terms of like producing or putting something together.
I might be more intrigued to. Like,
I wasn't talking about you being on a reality show. I'm talking about you actually putting the show together.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did. I managed 4 from Black Ink Chicago, so I did a couple appearances on Black Ink Chicago.
Okay.
Wow.
Black Ink Chicago. I interviewed Don Juan, or I think that was his name.
Don. That's for his brother.
Yeah, Don.
Or Don,
brother. Yeah.
My brother. So
I interviewed him a few years back.
Yeah, so Don.
Yeah, he's doing movies now. He's doing a lot of acting and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he just moved to Atlanta. Like dealing with Forrest, like dealing with Don. So they both brothers. Like baby showers, all that kind of stuff. I'd be at. But I, they asked me to do Love and Hip Hop a couple times, and I just like, I mean, if it was an appearance, cool, but being on there and drama and all that kind of stuff, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them to call me. I'll throw a chair at somebody. Come on.
I think that's dope, man. I have always felt like there should kind of be that space here in Cleveland. Like even this, and not saying they have to be like a celebrity type of thing, but I think it should definitely be some type of reality, something like, even if it's centered around people trying to make it in this business. And not just on the music side, but like on the side that we're on, like the media side and management.
I'm gonna go down to the Black journalism thing today and this weekend.
We going down there too, down at the Rock Hall.
Yeah, so
we'll
be down there tonight.
I give us shout out to Ray Jr. because I feel like he really did push the film community to start coming together a lot more. Like people see it like it's attainable right now. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, but I think the television show that would be a great idea. Just
All right, man. That's your go ahead. I need you to put that together so that then I can be on it. That's it. Like that's my shameless plug. I need you to put it together so I can get on the show, man.
I got you.
Listen, me and James will be on there wreaking havoc. I'm telling you.
I ain't wreaking no havoc. I don't want the drama neither.
He just with me. I'm gonna be having them hold me, talking about hold me back, cuz you ain't hold me back.
I'm gonna let her flip the tables. I ain't got time for all that. I'm gonna let her flip the tables and all that, and I'm gonna stay on the professional side.
Throw the table, like That's a cat. Was a K Michelle type vibe.
Right.
She's shaking the table. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my jam. Listen, I love them. I love them girls, and I love what a lot of them have done beyond that, and I've transformed that. Listen, that's what I'm so proud, to be on this platform because James, this is my real cousin, and he gave me a platform. All I needed was a platform, and sometimes that's all you need is just start.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, man, we appreciate you coming on. We're not gonna hold you for too long. I know we've been going for an hour already. I know I've said how much I appreciate you coming on. Like, what do you feel like, not just with this interview, but with conversations that you're having in general? Like, what is the primary message that you want to get out there to people?
Man, listen, don't stop believing in yourself. It may not happen your time that you want it to happen, but it will happen as long as you keep working. Uh, Check out my new book that drops in September. It's called For the Record.
That's
Uh,
what's in.
the radio show is called Big Heff's Radio Show. The other radio show is called Big Heff's and Our List. And then the podcast that's on Revolt is called Big Heff's House. So I just, like, I want to tell anybody that's listening, man, don't stop. Like, please don't stop. Like, I literally thought when I touched 40, I thought I was gonna stop. And I was like, man, I'm too old. I'm done.
It's a passion though, man. Like, I just turned 48 and I'm like, I feel like I'm just getting started. Like, regardless of how long I've been out here and pushing and trying to make shit happen, like, this shit is passion, man. So, like, I can do this forever. Like,
Yeah,
I love being able to do this kind of stuff. And, I really stress that just how grateful I am just for being in the space that you were in. Because, I mean, Lord knows I ain't talked to nobody when I was at 93. So
yeah,
I'm like, I damn near was talking to myself. Like, I ain't talking to nobody up in there. I was just like, I'm gonna mind my business. Like, it's a dog eat dog world. Like, ain't nobody really trying to help you. And that's kind of how I felt when I was there. But I still was able to see, like, when we was doing those movie premieres and that Magic Johnson and all that stuff, like, I was able to see the stuff that you were doing. And I at least, had the thought in my mind, like, I really want to do a lot of the stuff that he's doing. So, like, it's really a blessing to be where I am. And then, obviously for us to have reconnected
yeah.
and, being able to support each other. So, like, I really, really appreciate you coming onto the platform, man. It means a lot.
No, I appreciate you for
Absolutely.
tell my story, and
Yeah,
I look forward to doing more. So
absolutely, man. I'm waiting on that reality show. That's all I need, man. I'm just waiting on
okay, we're gonna
um
get it done then. We're gonna get it done then.
it's all cool. I tell everybody, like, I have a publicist in Atlanta, and she had gotten me like a walk on to Love and Hip Hop, and then like that same year I was going through a divorce and I went like haywire. Like when I say I was jumping off the ledge and all kind of shit, like I can't go, like I can't do it, I can't go, I can't focus, I can't concentrate. So I just kind of threw the shit away at the time. So now I feel like I've been fighting to try to get back in that space again. But
Man, Atlanta got so many opportunities, bro.
oh
Like
yeah,
I was down there a week ago, and uh, if it was talking to Two Chains or talking to Clay and
yeah,
Shaka, and like we shot the I don't know if you watch it on Netflix, but shot Rhythm and Flow down in Atlanta. So
yeah.
we shot that at Tyler Perry Studio.
Wow.
And
Like,
it's crazy. My publicist actually cast for Tyler Perry, so
yeah,
I've been able to get down there to the studio a couple times and all that stuff. But no,
yeah.
that's
So,
that's what's up, man.
but we shot like they created like the whole Detroit shelter 8 Mile scene, recreated that
Okay.
down, and you know, M showed up and the whole nine recreated that. So it's a lot of opportunities out here. Like I love the film community and what they're doing in Ohio. Like seeing the Superman statue get posted up, the movie
Yeah.
gets out here. There's a couple other ones that's gonna get. And shout out to Adam Sandler too, because he do a lot of shooting the movies in
Yeah.
Ohio. And so I'm happy. I'm excited. I got another movie that I'm working on called Surf Club. I'm halfway done with that, so hopefully I can have that out by 26. And one of my other goals, man, I want to become Grammy, a voting Grammy member, and I think it's going to happen next year. So I'm excited about that.
It's funny. I said the same thing. So like listen, man, it will happen. It will happen. I'm a true believer of like in the power of manifestation and really speaking it into existence and all of that shit. And it's absolutely gonna happen because you've been speaking it. So I definitely see it coming, man. I appreciate you once again for coming onto the platform. Any kind of final words that you want to get out there before we let you go?
I really been heavy into the education space, ed tech space. So shout out to the Varsity AI Toys Electronics. We've been teaching kids how to using gamification and AI to get better jobs and get them career ready for either college or corporations.
Yeah.
And also got to give a shout out to DJ Connect Pro, so artists services and stuff like that. So if you want to get on the radar or from the block or off the porch and all that kind of stuff, like hit up DJ Connect Pro, and we bridging the gap between these platforms and artists all the time.
Okay. So Instagram is Big Heff Midwest Fresh. Where else can people get you at?
If you're on X, just follow me at Big Heff, BigHeff, Big Heff Midwest Fresh on IG. I think it's the same on TikTok. And if not, just hit up James. You know how to
That's
get
it. That's it. Listen, man, thank you again once again, for coming onto the platform. And magazine issue will be out Friday, so I think that's gonna be even doper. So I appreciate you for everything, man.
Appreciate it. Tell hashtag I said what's up.
Absolutely. And it sounds like we might see you down there at the Rock Hall tonight.
Might see you tonight.
Might see you tonight. Sure.
All right now.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Mad dope. I think that was mad dope. Okay, you did your thing.
You see, I could contain myself. I was so excited.
I was like, let me shut up. I'm like, let me shut up and let Kat talk because I
was having my technical difficulties. You know how we have on this show. But I was just making sure I was cool. I was ready. I'm in it. I'm paying attention because me and you are both people that do a lot. We do a lot of different things, and we diversify, and we network with different people, and we are in different industries. And so it's always great to have someone to look up to that's already doing that, that's already succeeding in that. So it's just great to be able to pick his brain and see where he's coming from. And like I just said, like I'm sitting here taking mental notes. Now I got to make me a 3-month plan, 6-month plan. Get this done, get that done. Shoot, I'm trying to be on the freshman list too.
Listen, I'm finna hold him. I'm finna hold him to that reality show. I need to get on the reality.
Listen, I told you, somebody put me on there. I don't care. I'm shaking the table. I'm throwing the table. I'm doing whatever it gotta take for the rating. So let me know. Your girl Kat, I'll be on any one of them. Zeus. What's the What's the other one? Tell Zeus Network. I'm the real baddie. Ain't that what Glorilla said? Listen, I may not win them fights, but it's gonna be entertaining. So
listen.
Oh man,
I think that was mad dope.
And thank you to everybody that's been in here. Look at hashtag. Cat gonna act up. Listen, you already know it. We had hashtag saying great interview. We had Reese in here saying great show. We had a couple people in here. We had Donnie Brooks in here checking on the gang. So thank you to everybody that came in for our interview with Big Heff. And make sure, listen, we got an even better, bigger, banging her show.
You said banging her.
Banging her.
Yeah.
We got a great show for you guys tomorrow. Listen, if you love this show, you're gonna love us tomorrow. We have a big guest tomorrow. I'm so excited. Absolutely. This show has just invigorated my just love for music. So, oh my goodness.
Now tomorrow's gonna be mad dope. Number one, because We're going to this event tonight, so we're not really doing topics tonight. We just were doing Big Heff on the show. And then for everybody who didn't actually catch it, we have a new cover story coming out for UG Digital Magazine this Friday, and it is with Big Heff on the cover. So that's going to be really, really dope. Make sure that you guys are checking that out. I'm actually going to post the cover tonight. So we are really looking forward to getting that out this Friday. Actually, it'll be out tomorrow night at midnight. But tomorrow's show, we are doing topics on tomorrow's show, and then we have none other than Dondria on the show tomorrow. So I think that's going to be really, really, really dope. Really dope. So make sure that you guys check that out. And that is at a special time tomorrow. It's at 6 p.m. So you want to make sure that you guys get home, get somewhere stationary so that you can tune in live at 6 p.m. We are going to be live with Dondria tomorrow evening. And then we'll do some trending topics and all that stuff too, because there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Just tonight, we got to get to this event, so we don't really have a whole lot of time to really get into none of the topics. But right, hashtag banging her. I'm like, listen, listen, she make up her own shit. Hashtag, I can't say nothing no more.
That is my own dictionary, baby.
I can't say nothing no more. I just roll with it. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hashtag Reese, Donnie Brooks, Reddy Red was in the comments. It's been quite a few people in the comments bouncing in and out between Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and all of that jazz. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate Big Heff one more time. Shout out to him for coming on the platform. We are holding him to that reality show, to producing that reality show, because listen, I gotta get somewhere. And Cat need to flip some tables or something.
I'm ready to flip it over. Let's go.
I think that's all I really had, Cat. You got
That's
anything?
all we got. We got the hot topics coming tomorrow. We're gonna be talking about.
That's all we got. Ooh, okay.
That's all we got for y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we got hot topics tomorrow. We're gonna be talking a little bit about the BET and the hubbub about the award show. So we're gonna get into that. We're gonna save all that for tomorrow. We got some more news about Deion Sanders, and
so I saw that coming.
I saw it coming, but we'll get into it tomorrow. So make sure y'all here. So we're gonna get into all the hot topics, and write in the comments or inbox me if there's something that you want me to cover, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Hey Hash, are you going down to the Rock Hall tonight?
Please tell me you coming, because I know James gonna ditch me after about a couple. He gonna ditch me. He said have fun tonight.
Listen, I'm not even gonna front. I'm still tired from driving back from Atlanta yesterday, because it took every bit of 13 hours with all that construction and traffic and all that shit in Kentucky. Like I ain't get home till midnight last night. The city done fucked up the end of my driveway, so I couldn't even pull in the goddamn driveway last night. And I had to get up this morning and go to work. I had to get up at 5:30 this morning for work, so I really ain't slept. And I'm finna thug it out and go to this event down here at the Rock Hall tonight. I'm not gonna be there to 1. I promise. Unless I don't know, maybe I'll grab me a 5-hour or something on the way down there. Listen, man. I used to be in GC. I used to be in that, and actually, I'm thinking that we finna get back into it. Well, we're actually gonna be part of the full organization too. But I think I'm gonna come back to GC to Greater Cleveland, Association of Black Journalists. So
sorry to hear about your pain. Hashtag wishing you
absolutely.
a quick recovery. I'll make sure I'll check in on you. I'll put you in the what they call it, the sick and shut in list. Make sure I get the call. Oh my God! See how you doing, James? Wake your butt up, because you might got a birthday surprise I might be bringing with me. So I might got something for you from your cut. No, it ain't nothing crazy.
I'm gonna keep it clean. Never mind. I'm gonna say something. Never mind.
No, because what have you been been shaming my mama for? You've been putting my mama to shame, honey.
Oh, you ain't finna fatten my ass up. Listen here.
Yummy.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it and just roll with it. But listen, hashtag, we appreciate you. You just don't understand. Like, we really, really, really appreciate you. And you and I we definitely are gonna talk because I really do got some ideas of some stuff that I want to do. And I do need some videography. And you know, we really are gonna talk about some stuff. I've just been all over the place and everything, but we are definitely gonna talk because it's some things I absolutely have in mind as far as stuff that I want to do moving forward. And I definitely will need you. So we will absolutely talk. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Dondria. I'll probably be on a little bit sooner though. But we will be live at 6 p.m. with Dondria tomorrow. We'll also have hot topics or trending topics tomorrow evening. And this new cover story with Big Heff is going to be out tomorrow night at midnight. So appreciate you guys. Love y'all. And I'm sleepy, cat.
Wake up, James, please.
I promise I'm not going to lay down because if I do, it's a wrap. So I promise I'm not gonna lay down. I'm finna take a shower, get dressed, and I'm going to get me a 5 hour so I could be good tonight. And then I might fuck around and stay till 1 o'clock. So
don't be on here lying. Don't let him lie to you.
Oh no, I'm serious. I'm serious. If I get the 5 hour, I probably will be cool.
Ooh, I'm excited. You know, your girl can party. I can have a great time.
Yeah, if I
meet me down at the Rock and Roll, y'all. It's going down.
Yeah, if I get the 5 hour, I probably will be cool. So let me get myself together, take a shower real quick, and then I'll be heading out.
All right, y'all.
Actually, I'm gonna call you in a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, everybody, make sure you follow me at Cat Queen, all platforms.
Absolutely, and I'm at I am James Grant on all platforms. You can also get me at Authentically James, and I'm stepping into this modeling thing a little bit. So the King's Lair. TheKingzLair. You guys can follow me there on Instagram. Listen, that IG is jumping. So
well, I've also been in my
it's still PG-13 right now.
But it's still PG-13.
It's still PG-13, but it's slowly migrating. So
yes, I've been in my modeling bag as well, guys. And if you follow me on Instagram, you can buy an early bird ticket to the Embrace Your Curves fashion show, which I will be walking in. So make sure you check that out, and also follow my YouTube. That is also in my bio on Instagram at Cat Queen.
Absolutely. So we appreciate you guys. We will see y'all tomorrow evening about 5:45, and we'll start live 6 p.m. on the button with Dondria. And then we'll get some trending topics in it. Y'all have an amazing night. Appreciate you guys, and we are out of here.